Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Kate and I love all things makeup, skincare, beauty, and fun. And today we're going to be doing something that's super challenging, but also super fun. And we're going to rank all of my highlighters. If you're interested in this type of content, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Would love it if you would consider subscribing to my channel down below. And without any further ado, let's go. I do want to preface this with saying I love all of the highlighters in my collection currently. So if I didn't love them, I would have decluttered them at my latest declutter. So I just want that to be known. Is that even the ones that come in towards the bottom or last place they're not bad. None of these formulas are bad. They just work differently. Different formulas do different things for me. So I just want to preface that with that. And without any further ado, we'll start it off. This first one I have is by Galactic, and this is their Glow on the Go in the shade Jet Setter. So this one is definitely not a bad option. It's the format. This is not a product that I'm gonna just like pencil onto my cheeks. It's definitely a great like brow bone highlighter, which I didn't do today, so why don't we just do it while we're here. But it's just the formula, it's just that the format is not a format that I typically love, and so that is why it's going to be last place. Again, it's pretty, the color's really nice, it works well on my skin, it's just not my favorite or preferred method. Next we have this one by Jaclyn Cosmetics, and this is her Brighten Up Luminous Powder. So here's the thing, I recently used this again, and I was reminded that this is not one of my favorite formulas simply because it's super subtle. There's definitely a time and place when I want a really subtle glow from within highlight, and that is when this one shines. But most days, I mean, just look at my cheek right now. 2016 who? So typically I'm looking for something that's a little more va-va-voom than this, and that is why this ranks quite a bit lower than the others, is just because it really doesn't have that va-va-voom factor. That being said, it's not supposed to. It's meant to be definitely more subtle, your glow, but better. Let's see if I can do a little swatchy swatch for you guys. It's really quite subtle, and so that is why I did rank it a bit lower. So that's it right there. It's subtle, right? Like, it's pretty, it's not gross, it's not like ugly, it's not weird, it's just really subtle. So for my quiet, cute girlies and guys out there that want a more subtle highlight, I think you'll love this. But if you are also looking for a little more packed, a little more impact, a little more va-va-voom, this is not going to be for you. Next we have this one by Laura Mercier, and this is their Matte Radiance Baked Powder. This is Highlight 01, and this is what this looks like. It's a very nice, very even keel formula, and the reason that it's ranked so low is really the same reason as the Jaclyn one. It's just very subtle. So this is what this one looks like compared to the Jaclyn. They're very similar. This one's a little bit more yellow, whereas this is a little more peach. Beautiful for the days that I am looking for something that's going to be a little more subtle, that's going to be a glow from within. However, most days, that's just not what I'm looking for, and so that is why this one ranks where it does. Next is by Sigma Beauty, and this is their Beaming Glow Illuminating Powder in the shade Fairy Dust. So this one is a little confusing to me because technically I think this is marketed as a face powder. It is not that. It is a highlighter. It is a highlighter. And I will show you. So next to the other three, that is Fairy Dust. So it definitely has, again, that lit from it within luminosity. It's beautiful. The color's nice. It lays nicely on the skin. Longevity is great. It's just subtle. And subtle highlighters, while there's definitely a time and a place in my collection for them and a time and a place for me to wear them, they're just not going to rank higher than some of my more impactful highlighters. Next, we have one by Melt Makeup. This is their Digital Dust Highlighter in the shade Stargazer. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Like, Look at that. It looks like molten gold in the pan. My thing with this one is that the way that it's pressed, it's a little bit harder to get as much impact as I am typically going for. It's absolutely stunning. I love it. If somebody took it from me, I'd be devastated because I really do love this one. It's just the way that it's pressed in the pan. I need a little bit more of a denser brush to pick it up versus like one of my more fluffy puffy brushes or less densely packed brushes, but it really is beautiful. The tone looks really nice on my skin. I really enjoy this. I love this. It just ranks here because of the way that it's pressed in the pan. But again, if you like this color and if you love melt makeup, I don't think you'd be disappointed. And again, this is in the shade Stargazer. This next one is a liquid highlighter. This is by LYS Beauty. I have mine in the shade Brave, and the reason that this one is ranked as low as it is because of the color, honestly. The color is not quite perfect for my skin tone. I got this in a subscription box, I believe, and so that is why this one isn't quite like the color that I would pick out for myself, but the formula is really beautiful. Like, look how metallic and glowy and like molten gold that looks. But that's just the trouble, is that it's like very gold based, and personally I prefer more cool toned pinks or champagnes or whites to that golden look. I have cool undertones, so warm toned highlighters just usually are not my vibe. They usually don't look the best on me, so that is why that one ranks where it does. Next is by Charlotte Tilbury, and this is her Pillow Talk Multi Glow Beautifying All Over Glow Highlighter. And this one, same as the others, it's just kind of subtle and not quite what I was expecting. I love the color because it's that like pinky, cool toned look, but it's similar to the Melt Makeup one where it just isn't as vavoom, you know? It's beautiful. I love it. Again, it's the same with the Melt Cosmetics. Beautiful. Love it. I just wish it was pressed a little bit differently and it might rank a little bit higher. Again, if someone stole this from me, I would be devastated. And this one is like a pretty penny. Same with Melt Cosmetics. Both of them are pretty pennies, which is probably also weighing in here, because if it costs more and it's less impactful, I'm more likely to give it a little bit of side eye. To be clear, neither and none of these are being decluttered. I love them all. Sorry, I feel like I have to keep justifying this because I feel so bad for my highlighters. I'm like, I love you. I'm so sorry that you're ranked so low. As if the highlighters have feelings. I know they don't logically, right? Like logically I know they don't, but I just don't want their feelings to be hurt. Next up is by Lethal Cosmetics. This is a palette that I created with them. I have a couple more of their highlighters. So really I'm talking about the Lethal Cosmetics formula in general. It's definitely pretty. This is like a multi-chrome purple, pink to green shift. I love multi-chrome highlighters. Love them. If you're not a multi-chrome kind of gal, I'm not sure that Lethal in general will be your babe, but I love them. I think that they're super beautiful. I wish I could get my lights to show you the shift. You can kind of see it a little bit right there, like the purple and green. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I like that they don't have that color underneath because I feel like you can really build this up if you want it to be more stark, but you can also have it be a little bit more light and ethereal, and it just leaves a beautiful shimmer that's duochrome across the face. I love their formula. Next is by Milk Makeup, and I'm honestly not even sure they make this anymore. This is their Flex highlighter. I have mine in the shade Iced. I love this. I've had this for years and it's still going strong, my friends. It is still going strong. This is what this one looks like. It's just the shade I think is like absolutely perfect. It's a beautiful peachy champagne color. It really, you can build it up to really pop on the cheeks, and you can also build it up to really pop on the cheeks, but you can also kind of use a less densely packed brush to have just like, again, that ethereal glow. So definitely love this one, but it's not as va-va-voom as some of my others. Again, how many times am I going to say va-va-voom? Don't drink every time I say it. Don't. Next up is this one by Pat McGrath Labs. This is her Divine Rose highlighter. Again, the tone on this one, super special. Almost has a little bit of duochrome action going on where you kind of see it even here. It's like pink to like a peachy, and it has like the gold shimmer in there. I absolutely love this color. I feel like it's really special in my collection. I don't have anything quite like it. I just feel like, again, when I use a more fluffy brush for applying highlighter, this compact does not mesh well. I definitely need a more densely packed brush to apply it, so that is why it's ranked a bit lower than some of my others, but I definitely think this is such a unique and beautiful formula. Next, we have this one by Jaclyn Cosmetics. This is in the shade Extra, and it is her loose highlighter. So here's the thing. I know I've been talking a lot about the Va-Va-Voom. This one is almost, this one's like almost too much Va-Va-Voom. So let's see, where shall I swatch this? I guess I'll go right here. This one is almost a little too much. I don't think I did a great job swatching it. No, I didn't. Let me swatch it somewhere else. I'll be right back. There we go, much better. This one is almost a little too much in the sense that a little bit goes the longest way. And so you are guaranteed, almost guaranteed, to have a really stark highlighter on your face every time you use this. Don't get me wrong, there's a time and place for that. Today was not the time or place. This was an accident. I love highlighter, so it's, you know, I just get wild. But this one is just, sometimes it's like so intense. The little bit goes a long way, which means you're going to have this product for the rest of your life. You're going to be handing this down to your grandchildren. That is how long this is going to last you, because a little bit goes such a long way. It's so blinding. I like that there's no glitter in here, and it literally is like straight, wet, metallic. I love that about it. However, I can't stress this enough. You have to be careful with it because a little bit goes so far. So far. Next are my highlighters by Unearthly Cosmetics. Again, I love a shifty highlight. And this palette is like the creme de la creme of shifty highlights. It does it for me, you know, it just does it for me. This one is one that definitely does have a white underbase, this specific shade in particular. However, there's other shades in here that have a more dark base, so that if you have a darker skin tone or a deeper skin tone than I do, you can find something in this palette that's going to work for you. I don't even know if I said the name. This is their Low Lights palette. They did just release singles. I love Unearthly Cosmetics, full disclosure, so I probably will pick up some of those singles as well. But again, I just love a shifty highlight, and they do such a nice job creating special, unique shades that I don't have in my collection. And so each time I pull one of them out, it feels special, and my makeup and my day feel special. Next is this Pina Colada highlighter. This is by Glamlite, and this is also just beautiful. Glamlite does so many things well. Highlighter is among those things that they do so well. This is that one right there. It really is beautiful. You can build it up to be stark if you really want to, but even just like a simple swatch is just beautiful. It definitely does not have any glitter. It has that metallic wet look. Beautiful and classic. I think I rated this one a little bit lower just because the shade is a little bit yellow, which makes sense. It's like pina colada, you know, I get it. But that's the only reason that it's a little bit lower than some of my others. Next up is also by Glamlite. This is their collaboration with Michaela. This is their first round, and this one is just stunning. The color is perfect. I think Michaela and I must have a similar skin tone because this is that one. And you can see based on between the two, the Pina Colada and the Michaela, how this one is a little bit more champagne and icy. This is just such a smooth and creamy formula. It's not an actual cream formula, but it's creamy in the sense that it's not going to give that like dusty chalk-like effect on the skin. It's just beautiful, just beautiful. Next in line, very fitting, is the Michaela Pot 2. I actually like this better, and I like it better because it has some shifty shades. And again, a shifty shade to me is special. I just feel like not everyone likes them and not everyone wants to wear them. So when I'm able to find some that are really special and really done right, I'm like all too happy to like volunteer as tribute. I'm all too happy because I just feel like they're special. I just love them. Let me show you. Like, look at that one. Oh my gosh. The camera can't even pick it up. So this one has a white underbase, but then it has like blue purple. The camera can't even grab it. It's like so shifty and beautiful. It's stunning. It's just stunning. I love this one. I know this got a lot of flack because it was kind of shifty and the colors were just like a little bit different and unique. But personally, that is why I love them. That is why I love them. That top one has like that yellow, gold, green shift. I love that in the summertime. All in all, I like absolutely love this. Love, love, love this. The one right above that is also by Glamlite. It's their Scooby-Doo collection. It also has a couple of shades that have that duochrome special shifty look to them. Just look at that. Just look at that. This one is like a little bit different in the way that like this one definitely has some of those yellow gold tones, whereas this has some of those yellow and golds, but really it's like a green base. It's just absolutely stunning. I loved everything about the Scooby-Doo collaboration. The highlighters included. So special, so unique. Just can't get enough of this. Last but certainly not least by Glamlite. I love Glamlite. I don't know if you can tell. I love Glamlite. This is their Frosted Flakes highlighter. First of all, the packaging, the little bowl of cereal, so freaking cute. But the highlighter itself, I feel like is really special. The color is like nothing to write home about as far as like it's not one of those duochrome ones, but this gives a beautiful ethereal glow if you use this very sparingly. This is similar to the Jaclyn one in the way that like you do have to be mindful when you're putting this on the cheeks because you can get a white stripe pretty easily, but I feel like the sifter on this one is a little bit better, so you have a less of a chance of that happening. And the color is just beautiful. It's like stark white, just like the milk. I love it. I just love it. Beautiful. However, loose highlighters are not my favorite formula in general, which is why it's not ranked higher. Next, we have a cult classic, folks. We have a cult classic among us. This is by Charlotte Tilbury. This is her Beauty Light Wand. I have mine in the shade Spotlight. This is actually stunning. Before this was hyped, I liked this. Not to be that person, but I was on the Charlotte Tilbury wand train before everybody finally realized that it's stunning. This one just is really easy to apply and really easy to blend in. I typically prefer to do so with a sponge or my fingers. I find that I can apply this one over powder and it doesn't mess up what's underneath. I can apply this, of course, underneath powder if I want to, or on bare skin. This is just a really beautiful highlighter. It gives that lit from within glow, but they can be built up to be a little bit more molten-y, if you will. Just all around a great product. Next is another one by Jaclyn Cosmetics. This was a limited edition. I'm not sure if she still makes her putty highlighters, but this is in the shade Star Power. This one is just really beautiful and beaming. I enjoy this one so much. It's very similar to the ColourPop Super Shock shadows, but I would say maybe just a little bit more impactful. I really love this one. It doesn't rank higher just because of the putty formula. I do find that, again, I have to use a little bit more of a specific dense brush to get the impact and the color payoff that I'm looking for, but this is definitely a great formula. And speaking of ColourPop, they come in right above. And the reason that they come in right above is, if for no other reason, the shade selection is a little bit better on these. And this color, I definitely use a little bit more. But you can see how this one has just a little bit more of that like special shimmer versus this one. However, I did rank this one higher because the color works really well for me. It's actually what I have on my face today. Longevity, I can absolutely speak to. That I've had this for several years now. Still going strong. It's in my everyday makeup drawer. I just love Flexitarian. It's so beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, we're down to the last four. This was so hard. This was so hard. I knew that ColourPop had to be in the top 5 because I love that formula. However, this part was like especially challenging. Here we go. In the number 4 spot, I'm going to put my Kaleidos highlighters. I have 3 different ones. I have Moon Cruiser, Ray Rider, and Star Surfer. I love their formula. However, if you don't like a shifty highlight, you're not going to love these. You're not going to love these. I love a shifty highlight, and so I love these. So this is Ray Rider. It's actually their most neutral shade, and you can see it's just a really special formula. These are not a putty highlighter, whereas these two are, and I feel like this one really holds its own despite the fact that there's no moisture to give it that extra va-va-voom, and I find that all of them swatch that way and apply that way to the face. Kaleidos just makes a beautiful highlighter formula. If you haven't tried them and you like colors, I think you'll have a much broader range to choose from. However, if you are looking for one that's a little bit more neutral, this one definitely fits the bill. And again, this one is in Ray Rider. Love, 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 love these. Next is a highlighter by Give Me Glow Cosmetics. They're a beautiful little indie brand, and this is in the shade Sunset Glow. Just wait till you see this. If you haven't already seen this, it's insane. It is actually insane. It's actually insane. The cameras can't even pick it up all the way. It is so blinding. So blinding. If you like a really impactful, loud, seen from space highlighter, this is the one. If you like a subtle, just a touch of something, do not get this. Do not get this one, because this is insane. The camera can't even capture all the light that it's reflecting. It is just absolutely stunning. I knew this had to be in my top 3, because when I think of highlighters and I think of like bada bing bada boom highlighters, Give Me Glow absolutely nails it. All right, we're down to the last 2. This was hard. So number 2 spot goes to Odin's Eye. They came out with these in their Norn collection, I believe. So I have 3 different shades here. This one is in Azura Shine, and these again just have that really special element, but they also bring the heat. And that is why I just felt like the camera can't even grab it. That's why I felt like these had to be this high. I can pick these up with any brush. I can get a soft ethereal look, or I can really build it up to be super, super opaque. Odin's Eye just nailed it with these. I'm going to swatch all 3, honestly, just because I love them so much. Oh, excuse me. This came out with their Soul Mane collection, not with their Norn collection. I stand corrected. This one has like a yellowy green shift, but like look at that impact. Just absolutely stunning. Again, I can pick these up with any brush and apply them beautifully, seamlessly. I don't find that they emphasize texture. This one is definitely my favorite. It has a purple shift to it, and it's called Lavender Dream. And that is it there. You can definitely see like the blue and the pink. I just love this formula. I really hope that in the future they will come out with more shades in this exact same formula. Like, do not change a single thing. Not one single thing about the formula, because the formula is gold. But I want more shades, and I want them now. Okay, so for my number 1 highlighter of all time, and this is like a little bit like basic of me, and as somebody that loves colorful and funky, makeup, I feel a little bad that this is my number 1. However, it just goes with everything, because sometimes you want the eyes to be the statement, or the lips to be the statement, or the cheeks to be the statement. Like, not always can everything be the statement, or it gets a little muddled, in my humble opinion, and the way that I do my makeup. So this is just a tried and true classic, and I love it so much. It's by Jaclyn Cosmetics, and it is her highlighter in the shade Iced. For me, it's just like the perfect everyday shade. I know what I'm getting every single time I apply this. It has like a peachy champagne hue to it, so you're not going to get a stark white. And I think honestly the tone is like what does it for me, because you're not going to get this. You're not going to get like a stark white contrast. You're going to get a beautiful champagne-y peach that's going to melt right into the skin and give the most beautiful finish. Not going to look chalky. It's not going to look ashy. I just love her formula in her pressed powder so much. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. I would love it so much if you would subscribe to my channel down below. As always, please stay happy, stay healthy, and stay blessed, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.